I was born in Massachusetts in the US, grew up there, and I moved to California. I then started working in the biology field at the University of California in Berkeley. The craft beer sort of boom was really happening then, so I drank a lot of nice craft beers there. And then I moved to the UK to do a PhD at Oxford, and there I also got into English beers quite a bit. I still have a love for English beer. And from there I moved to Utrecht actually to take a job at the University of Utrecht here, and I've been here ever since. I started homebrewing in, I think, 1992 when I was at university, and I had a roommate who knew how to make, I guess they call them kit and a kilo, or maybe that's just the Australian term for them, but sort of, homebrewing with extract and steeping some grains in the stove and then throwing in some hops and sticking it behind the sofa for a few weeks. He taught me basically how to mix the stuff up on the kitchen stove, and I would spend winter afternoons reading a book on the sofa and staring at the English yeast as it sort of was turbulent and flying around in the glass carboy. So it was sort of love at first sight, to be honest. I loved it since then. When I came to Utrecht not that long after, then I started investing in actual homebrewing equipment and more fancy stuff, and improving my technique a lot, and then really learning about it rather than just something that you stick behind the sofa and let it ferment. Then I was really into the process a lot. I got very good at handling microbes in the lab, so that means that I know how to do stuff with yeast. So here in the brewery, for example, I can make a yeast library very easily. I can, get my own strains of yeast and grow them up. When this opportunity came up to come here and put in the brewery and the pub together, which was really our vision from the beginning, we, as me and my partner in the business, Grigg, a pub manager, that's what his passion is, then we thought, okay, this is it, we're going all in. My family was super supportive, and my friends have been kind of like, that's pretty cool, yeah, go for it. We're not very far from the city center. On a bike, really, you're 10 minutes away. It's not a big city. I mean, area-wise, it's quite small. The building that we're actually sitting in is an old pharmaceutical factory, and our brewery is in the old refrigerated storage part of the pharmaceutical factory. The name comes just from my head, and I guess probably I was influenced by the Kromme Haring, which is the little branch of the Rhine that runs through Utrecht. I love Haring. It just popped into my head one day and it stuck. And when Grigg and I decided we were really going to start the business together, we thought we'll go with it, so we kept the name. We rely on quality and experimentation are our sort of two foundational buzzwords that we like to use in the brewery. If you do crazy experiments all the time and produce beer that just wildly varies in its quality, some people like to do that. It's very risky. It's not my thing, per se. But what I personally love, I love using interesting yeasts. And a lot of the yeasts I like are English ale yeasts. I just love what they do. I love working with them. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to make all English style beers here, because you can use them for all kinds of other stuff. So I like combining English ale yeasts with American hops, for example, and making sort of hybrid styles. It's still kind of overwhelming when I see it all. It's mostly when we have a really good night. Grigg organizes some musical events and the place was completely full and people really enjoying themselves and getting good feedback on the beer and the vibe. And then I look in and I can't believe it, because I see back to when it was just bits of plywood around and some nails and me pulling out whatever hair I had left. We really did build this up from the idea ourselves with our own hands. So I get a really nice feeling about it.